Lataven, Joseph, Whitley, Stephen, Troy, Chris, Curtis, Daryl. We are Group 9. Our unifying concept, the next big thing. iMovie theme, photo album. Our presentation is about the next big thing in music production.
The future of music production lies in the hands of the virtual instruments, not just software for your computer like VSTs or DAWs. Now technology has taken it even a step further and created handheld instruments that are light in weight and small in size. The old producers used to have to own $1,000 keyboard or an expensive drum machine in order to make beats, but not anymore. Now all you have to do is download an application and you can make 5 to 10 beats in a few minutes right on your phone. These programs are designed to help compose music in a matter of minutes. Take the Harpeggi for example. Created by Jason Melanie along with Marcotti Music Products, this specific instrument is part boogie board, part piano, and part guitar with the capability of playing bass licks, rhythmic parts, and melodic scales. Another great example is the iMachine by Native Instruments, a virtual workstation inspired by the idea of the Akai Professional MPC. iMachine is only available for the Apple iPhone and acts as a groove production studio for those producers on the go who never stop working. The new future of music is moving into the touchscreen epidemic as well as the holographic world. I believe this can help many producers create great music without having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment. Virtual instruments are the next big thing.
You could have a studio in your hands. Apps and Music. Directed by Whitley Green. See those apps on your iPad? Those can no longer be used to pass time. What if I told you they could make great music one day? Technology in the music industry has been growing for many years, with each decade seeming to come out with a new way and an improved way to not only play music, but also create it. And now, thanks to recent applications or apps, we have taken a greater leap into music's future, with electronic mixers and beat machines. Apps like iElectribe, Nano Studio, and La Di Da giving you all the equipment you need to make a great song. And these are just a few apps that can take you from the soundboard in the studio to the soundboard at your side wherever you go. Even amps for the guitar head. DJs no longer have to carry around heavy equipment. In the future, iPads could do all the work for them. Apps have gone from a great hobby to music's portable future.
The future is here. I believe the next big thing is the reactable system. It is also called a tangible interface.
This technology allows you to touch and see the music while performing. Using physical objects known as pucks on an illuminated round table generates an infinite amount of new sounds. These pucks are sound generators, sound filters, effects, controls, and global objects. Manipulating and connecting the objects produce the sound of traditional instruments as well as those not created yet. When putting an object on the table, it starts to work with the other pieces. The sounds are made different according to the distance from each other and the direction they are facing. It is also multi-touch, meaning there is no limit to the amount of fingers in control of the screen, so a whole group of performers can use it at once. And now Reactable is mobile. It is an app for Apple and Android, whichever is your favorite device. You can bring the studio with you wherever you go. This will greatly change the music industry and make it easier and cheaper for everyone to have a piece of Reactable technology, a way to make and perform your music and store it right in your pocket. Soon the knobs and levels in studios will be a thing of the past.
What if I told you the next big thing would be a holographic beat machine? What if I told you this machine can change the whole music industry and how we make our beats? This machine can make any producer proud, less errors, and all of it can be done with the tip of your fingers. Think about it, seeing yourself using your favorite recording program like FL Studio's Regions without using a keyboard, mouse, or even a piano. Since we are already in a hologram stage, this will be something every studio will probably have sometime in the future. This very high-tech piece of equipment, complex but very easy to use just using hand gestures. Picture thousands and thousands of plugins, effects, loops that you can use in one single program that displays it in real time. The hologram is based upon Nobel Prize winner Dennis Gabor's theory concerning interface patterns. Gabor theorized in 1947 that each crest of wave patterns contains the information of its original source. That is why this information could be stored on film and reproduced. This is why it's called hologram. Holography is the only visual recording and playback process that can record a three-dimensional world on two-dimensional recording, medium and playback on the original object and scene. Holographic projections of 2D rather than 3D images represents a compelling alternative to conventional images projections. Holograms are efficient. They work by routing light to places where you want it and away from places you don't. Holographic technology is made of very small components and can be made very small and can be placed in laptops, PDAs, or even mobile phones. The way we make beats from now, from the past, and the future has been an up and down thing. MCs in the past used to make beats using their mouth, which is called beatboxing. Now producers use beat machines that can make beats, bass, drums, anything that you can possibly think of that we use to make on instrumentals. Artists can use their vocals and put them on radios and it can be heard nationwide. In the future, a holographic beat machine can be very useful and very helpful. It can be less time consuming that you have to sit there and go over errors, and I think it'll be a big thing to be used in the music industry and it can really change it. And now since everything is high tech and everything dealing with holograms and everything else, I feel that a holograph beat machine would be perfect.
In the last year, the idea of working in the cloud has really grown with groundbreaking speed in the technology world. When I refer to working in the cloud, I mean using remote service to manage application, projects, and all sorts of programs. Working in the cloud is better because instead of storing and managing all these bulky apps on your PC, which will slow it down and take up countless amounts of storage space, you just log into the clouds and let the clouds handle all of that. And the cloud owe a lot of its success to Google for the release of the Chromebooks, which was made solely for the cloud computing. And another advantage is the freedom. Since you're not handling the information on your own computer, you can access your work from anywhere, as long as you have some type of internet connection. And that alone is a pretty cool feature, because it gives you the ability to work on your projects anywhere at any time. So you can be productive even when you're not near your own computer. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a PC, because the application is compatible with all the Apple devices, such as an iPad or an iPhone or MacBook Pros. All in all, I think if used properly, cloud computing could be a major asset to the music production, because it allows you to store space on your own PC, access your work from anywhere, and it also stores and secures your documents and projects in a safe, secure server. So in my opinion, I think that cloud computing has the potential to be the next big thing.
I believe the next big thing in music production is voice and tone recognition software. For the sake of giving it a name for this presentation, we'll call this software MySong. MySong is based off of an existing software that is apparent in many devices that we have today, which is voice recognition. Studies for voice recognition started in the early 1990s in many colleges and universities like Berkeley in California and the University of Sheffield in the United Kingdom. Many professors like Dan Ellis and Martin Cook have done various studies with different types of low and high pass filters, complex formulas, and different computer software to study the frequencies of the human voice to help computers understand how the human voice works. With an advancement of this technology, I think a musical voice recognition software like MySong would be the next step forward in production. For example, when singing into a microphone, MySong will identify the words sung and the notes that those words were sung in. After identification, the lyrics and notes would be placed on a song sheet format for instant composing. That way, you can go back and see the actual arrangement and decide which chorus you want to keep, which notes better fit your style, and it will also note any key changes that you had during your session. Another example of how this programs work is if you were to sing the word hope for 2 measures at 95 beats per minute, the software will recognize this word and know that hope is spelled H-O-P-E with 1 O, not with various O's as it may sound. Writing music should be fun, natural, and fluid. With MySong, it's time to put down the pen and paper and old technology and pick up the mic and let MySong help you make the best song anyone has ever heard.
The digital audio workstation. Directed by Curtis Green. In the early days of music production, studios were dominated by the analog soundboard, which was more stressful and time-consuming, especially when you're trying to create good music. When dealing with the analog, if you don't have any prior knowledge to setting it up, you'd also be stuck in a hole trying to figure out how to make everything work. But thanks to programs like FL Studio and Logic Pro Studio, music producers now have the ability to create music as you would with an analog on a computer. This is what we would call a digital audio workstation. The capabilities of the DAW have grown a lot over a short period of time. You can now compose, mix, and master digitally. You also now have more space, organization, and less setup hassle. Some people still do prefer the old way over the new way, but it's clear that the DAW is the next big thing in music production.